President Biden has just issued a historic formal apology to the Native American community for the government's role in the systematic abuse of their children. From 1819 to the 1970s, Native American children were taken from their families and forced into boarding schools where they were assimilated into white American culture. Biden made his address at a reservation just outside of Phoenix. The president previously called this something that should have been done, quote, a long time ago. CBS News White House reporter Willie Inman joins us now. Willie, what did the president say in his speech today?
Hey there, Lindsay. Good to be with you. Well, President Biden said it's no excuse that it took 50 years to make this apology. And with the president giving this apology, this is the highest level of the U.S. government essentially acknowledging what happened to thousands of children who experienced this displacement and being taken away from their families. I want to play some sound from the president earlier today.
Then the federal government mandated the removal of children from their families and tribes, launching what's called the federal Indian boarding school era. Over a 150-year span, 150 years, from the early 1800s to 1970, one of the most horrific chapters in American history. We should be ashamed.
And Lindsay, the president said that many Americans don't know about what happened. They don't know the history of the American government's involvement in removing these children and putting them into boarding schools. And one of the things I thought that struck me was Secretary Deb Haaland, who is a Native American herself. She is the first Native American to be appointed to a cabinet position. She teared up. She essentially had an emotional moment, not only today, but yesterday as well, when she was aboard Air Force One talking about this situation, saying that members of her own family were also taken from their homes and put in these boarding schools. And as you mentioned, some of these children endured abuse, not only physical, verbal, and emotional abuse, sexual abuse as well. And some 900 children, more than 900 children died while in custody at these boarding schools over that time period, 150 years. So a significant moment in American history, and one that President Biden and others urge Americans not to forget. But the president apologizing today for the American government's involvement in taking those children away from their homes, Lindsay.
Before we let you go, the White House also issued a new student debt relief plan. What more can you tell us?
Yeah, this is different than that plan that's tied up in the courts right now. This is essentially a proposal. It's not quite finished just yet, but it could potentially include some forgiveness for some 8 million borrowers if it's finalized. Now, it's not clear if it will be finalized by the end of his term. The Department of Education noted that they're looking to finalize this plan by 2025, and it would apply to borrowers who are experiencing significant financial hardship. And they have a couple different requirements as to what that means, but this is still being worked out. But it's yet again another effort by the Biden administration to forgive student loans for thousands of borrowers. So far, some $4.5 billion has been forgiven by the Biden administration, Lindsay.
Willie Inman, thank you.